All right, people, welcome back. Crosswords T7M Radio, man. I got a special guest joining me, man. One of the hottest talked about artists coming off of the King of the Dot Town business card. I got the girl RX in the building. Reese was popping.
That's right. That's right. What's up with you, Seven?
Man, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me.
Of course. Come on now. You've been rocking since day one. I'm always your love.
Oh, man, salute. I got to get right into it. Was this your first King of the Dot battle?
It was.
Okay. Now, shout out to KOTD because I know they show female battle rap a lot of support, but they haven't had a lot of female battles on their cards as of late. So how did this come about with you and Bonnie?
Okay, well, you're right. I don't remember no female battles happening on the main stage with King of the Dot since like Bonnie versus Gaddis. I feel like that was like in 2013 or 14. It was back in the day. That was like a minute ago. You feel me? So to be like the female battle versus Bonnie on a card as the first female battle after so long, like that shit is like priceless, you know? But the battle came about, Lush won. I have a very good relationship with Lush One. I've never been on King of the Dot, but me and Lush One are real cool. Okay. So he hit me up like, but it was before my torture battle. He hit me up and was like, oh, you know, we got a card coming up in Cali and Oakland. Like, we have to have you on here. So I was like, okay, like, you know, I'm gonna talk to you about it. But it wasn't until after the torture battle that we locked everything in because the torture battle was like right there, and I didn't want to be like focused on like other battles. Right. I had to just focus on torture because it was such a huge, you know, battle for me.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that. But yeah, so you know, he hit me up and I was like, well, who do you have in mind? And he was just like, oh, like Bonnie. And I was like, what? For real? And he was like, yeah, like she wanna do it. Like, what's up? And I was like, damn, like that's crazy. Like, lock it in. Like, let's do this. Let's get it cracking. So you know, everything I locked in, and I feel like people always was like, oh yeah, you got home court advantage this time. But I didn't really feel like that going into the battle because yeah, like my whole squad was there. Like Diz, like fucking Active, Dre Vicious,
Danny,
like everybody. Yeah, like the whole Crack City death certificate was in the building. You feel me? Like the whole squad, like Clutch, Beast, like Diamond, like everybody. You feel me? The homie Nino, Freeman, like we was up in there deep. So it looks like I have home court advantage, but I've never been on King of the Dot before. Bonnie's been on King of the Dot numerous times. Right. So if anything, I felt like she had home court advantage. But the crowd showed both of us a lot of love. So it was dope, you know?
How do you feel like the battle turned out in your opinion? Because, you know, on social media, like it just went crazy. Like the domestic violence bar that you had for her is like trending everywhere. Like, yo, you got some quotables. Like this is just, it's a beautiful thing because like I said, yo, in your early career, I'm just watching you evolve and you doing your thing. And then you get this opportunity versus Bonnie and the people are talking straight 30. Like, what was your opinion on how this battle went?
Okay, so Bonnie, so I did watch her QB battle. I didn't want to finish my third round until I finished watching her QB battle because I don't want to repeat nothing that QB is going to say. I know QB, you know, she could get disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I knew she was going to bring up certain stuff. And I just thought that a lot of my material wasn't parallel with QB's. But the one thing that I mean, I don't condone domestic violence. I don't want to make it seem like I'm like bashing her for whatever she went through. But it was just more so along the lines of her response to QB. Like, oh yeah, like that nigga hit me, but oh, you should have saw what I did to him. And that's when I was like, you glorifying this?
Right,
okay. Me the wrong way. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've never had like personal encounters with like domestic violence, but you know, I've seen domestic violence before. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, how could you glorify something like this as a woman? Like, this isn't cool. So that's why I had told her, as I added in the bar about, you know, her being like a proud domestic violence victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that shit just wasn't cool. And then just like her response to it. And that's why I said, you know, I said what I said in the battle, and they put that shit in the trailer. So everybody's going crazy over that bar. And that shit had like the most crowd reaction. The crowd was chanting 3-0 after that. So I just felt like I won. I just felt like I won at that moment.
Okay. Now, I respect Bonnie because like we talked about, King of the Dot haven't had a lot of female battles on their platform as of late. They're familiar with Bonnie Godiva. So I got to have a level of respect for her for, you know, partially being able to get this done. What's your level of respect for Bonnie now that the battle is over? Has it changed from before? Like, where you at with it?
Well, honestly, I've never disrespected Bonnie. I've never not had respect for Bonnie.
Right.
Like, I didn't always know her. I met her like maybe like, you know, some months ago at an event, and like officially met her or whatever at an event some months back. And, you know, she was cool. She showed me a lot of love when she seen me. She was battling at the event, and I went up to her. I showed her love. She showed me love, and that was it. And you know, like online, like, you know, make comments or whatever, like positive things about me or whatever. So it wasn't anything like negative from me to her. I know the whole ghostwriting thing happened, and I mean, we all kind of felt like she already had a ghostwriter type shit, so it was like, you know, it wasn't a big surprise. But ghostwriter or no ghostwriter, I feel like Bonnie, I respect her work ethic. She's been on King of the Dot, URL, RBE, Queen of the Ring, Black Ice Cartel, yep. Don't Fly. She's been on all these platforms numerous times on most of them. So that's what I respect about her. Like, that's like the thing that stands out to me. She's done what, I'm not even gonna say female battle rap. I'm gonna say she has done what very few battle rappers have done. You know what I'm saying? Like male and female. What other dude has been on? Let's just limit it down to King of the Dot, URL, RBE, and I already said Queen of the Ring. URL, Queen of the Ring. Yeah, those four battle leagues. Other than her, like Daylight, like I can't even think of nobody else right now. Maybe it's like all four of those platforms. Maybe it's like a few other people that have been on all of those platforms, but it's like nobody's doing that. So, and she's doing it. So I definitely respect that about her. I don't have no issues with Bonnie at all. She's a cool girl. So, you know, it's all love. Absolutely.
Now, what I want to know, and I'm sure the people want to know, and I want to give Queen of the Ring credit where it's due. Was there any issues with you being on King of the Dot? Because, you know, throughout history, they've always been talking about sometimes battles getting blocked, this, that, and the third. And I want Queen of the Ring to get some credit if that wasn't an issue, if this thing went smoothly as far as you battling.
No, it was never an issue at all. It was never an issue at all. Like, contrary to popular belief, like, I don't have a contract. I don't have a manager. Okay. Like, nobody's going to tell me when and where I could battle on what league. Nobody's going to tell me that. I'm going to make every choice that I want to make for myself, whatever I feel is more beneficial for my brand, RX. I'm not going to worry about like what other people think. Queen of the Ring is home. I respect Queen of the Ring, Debo, like that's my dog. I would always go through him and tell him first whenever something gets booked, like, hey, y'all finna do this. And we talk about it, but it's never like, oh, you can't do something. Like,
right.
it's never like that.
You make your own decisions. You give yourself the green light. Okay.
Right, exactly. Because there was like other battles that, you know, like before the torture battle, like back in the day, I think I was going to do like a few other battles, but it was like small league type stuff. And Debo was like, why would you know what I'm saying, do that when, I'm sorry, my phone.
No, you good.
I'm getting a phone call. Sorry, the homies up in jail be calling me, but not like he told me. Oh God,
you lit, yo. You are fucking lit.
Like, oh God, like all the homies up in jail, like nigga, we heard about your battle. But anyway, no, but like Debo, like I always go through him, and he always tells me like, hey, so it could go this way, it could go this way for you. Like if you're on this high, like why would you bring it down? Like he gives me like a better perspective of certain things, and I think about it myself, like I'm gonna still do this shit, like what you talking about? Or I could just be like, nah, Debo, like you right, like I'm gonna just wait around for Queen of the Ring, whatever.
Right.
But I'm not about to like let nobody sway my judgment and my opinion of what I want to do and what I should do. Like I want to be female battle rapper of the year. How am I gonna do that if I'm only on a few cards on Queen of the Ring? Like I have to branch out and reach other audiences. So you know that's just my prerogative on that.
That's dope. That's dope.
Who the fuck you talking to? My attitude is fuck everybody. I'm just out here doing what I gotta do.
First off, fuck where you from, this is RBG. And this ain't no Western Conference, my nigga, this LSC. Watch your feet when stepping to me. He'll get tripped up like LSD from the city of PPB. But I'm in the whip with a crib that be chucking up them 2 C's. For you MCs that cannot see, we bring it to you in 3D like it's IMAX. Grab a seat, I know Ilmac. He a G, we would chase you down in the street. You get beat and chase on the beat. This is heat, can't measure degrees when it's far hotter than Celsius. Squad coming to melt your shit. Burn in my pelvis, rocked and rolled on some Elvis shit. Half of my thoughts is devilish. Relish the fact that I'm balanced I'm golly to you. Critique my wings and get smacked with a chalice. Cup spill is over.
I want to talk RX a little bit about female battle rap in the aspect of attention. Now, we have right now in 2019, it seems like we got bars, then we got trolling, or we got other things that's bringing attention to female battle rap. In your opinion, when it comes to the trolling, when it comes to other things that's bringing more people to female battle rap, even though it's for the wrong reason, is that a good thing for the circuit because we trying to rebuild and, you know, get to another level? Or do we need to weed out the bullshit right now, even if it means that we still got to build kind of slow? Because it seemed like, it's a lot going on, and a lot of fans is really jumping on female battle rap, but for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? And
right. I feel like it's always going to be that element in battle rap, period. Just because that element is in the world, the element of trolling, like that's like an online network, social media type of thing. So I feel like that's going to happen in every facet of life. Like, in battle rap, is going to show up. I don't necessarily have an opinion about, oh, we got to weed this out. I don't have an opinion about all that. Honestly, that kind of stuff doesn't directly affect me.
Okay.
So I just don't have like an opinion on it. Like, I'm not involved with all that kind of stuff. I don't do stuff like that. I have a real life outside of battle rap. Like, you feel me? Like, I got children. Like, I have like a career. I'm writing a book right now. Like, I got other things cracking out here. So I don't tune into all that. Is the gardener is here? Is that that's
oh no, no, you good.
Okay, just like I can close my window, so
you good.
Okay, just making sure. But yeah, like I'm not about to like start getting involved in that kind of stuff either, though, because to me, I don't have time for that. I don't enjoy that. I'm not gonna sit around online making memes and doing the trolling and on posts like all this stuff. Like I just don't have time for that. To me, it's just not. It's just corny. I'm not gonna do it.
No, I feel you, and I respect it.
If somebody else does that and that works for them, that's them.
Right.
I don't have nothing. I don't have no say in that. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm over here.
And I appreciate your breakdown, because the reason why I've asked you, because I've talked to some other female artists, and they have kind of lost motivation for the sport because they feel like the attention has been going to other girls for wrong reasons, and they lose motivation to write. And I know you are, and you are about your bars, and you about the craft. So, so that I wanted to know, does that ever shake you or change your motivation and shit like that?
No, it doesn't. Not even a little bit. Like, to me, if anything, like the more bitches be trolling and shit like that, like the more people are gonna tune into my bars. So they're gonna look at me and be like, oh, she not with that trolling shit. She actually coming through with bars, like killing bitches. Like, we're gonna tune into that more and drown out all this trolling shit. Cause some people like the trolling type of stuff. Some fans like that. They want to see that kind of stuff. So these girls are giving the fans what they want, and the fans are giving these girls what they want. Because when people be trolling, they obviously do it for like attention. Like, that's like a part of it is attention seeking. So I don't want that kind of attention. I want attention for the bars that I bring to battle. This is battle rap. This ain't like the comedy club. Like, you feel me? It's battle rap. Like, we're here to rap. Like, that's what I want to be known for, is for like my bars. I don't want to be known as a girl that's trolling. Like, that's not me. But if that worked for somebody else, that's them. I don't have no objection to that. Do what you do.
Now, RX, you answered my next question, but maybe you can elaborate on it. And this is more geared towards you. Compliments are always great. Everybody, you know, you're beautiful, and that's all. Everybody always talk about how beautiful RX is. Have you ever in your career, especially before this Barney battle, have you ever felt like your bars, your material is being underplayed by your looks when it comes to the battle rap community? Has there ever been an issue for you?
Nope, because you know, but prior to my torture battle, I've never dressed up for a battle. I would come to battles comfortable. Like, look at me versus Joy Lennox. I had like my little baseball jersey on with the Netteru on the back. You feel me? I wanted to put out a message of the Netteru. People don't really know what that is. I had like my Rastafarian patch. Like my battle with Plex, I had on my my Compton jersey. Like when I battled Pash Porter, I just had on like a jeans and a crop top because it was hot in Miami.
Right.
Like when I battled Tony Blanco, I had the fucking Tupac shit on because I wanted niggas to know I'm from the West. Like I use my clothes to like send out like, you know, a message most of the time. But then you get people out there who take that for like, oh, she ain't got no swag, she ain't got no style, she kind of battles like she just mediocre, she this, she that. Like people start making those types of comments. Okay. So it's like, oh, that's how y'all feel? y'all want me to get dressed? Oh, y'all are all dressed, and I come through regular, and now y'all want to like.
So you had to turn it up on them. I got you.
Okay, got you. Yeah. So now you can, but don't get me wrong. Like people in my team was already telling me like you need to dress up for your battles. Like you need to use your prettiness to your advantage. And it's like, to me, it's like, no, you could ask anybody. I would tell these niggas like, no, there's no way I would ever do that. To me, that's a gimmick. Right. It's like a one of the things to where people are going to only look at me for how I look and not for like my bars. And like, if I want people to look at me, I'll go in there in a fucking beauty pageant or some shit. Like that's what I would do if I want attention for that kind of stuff. But growing up in my entire life, I've always been pretty. Like, I don't want to say it like cocky,
no, we know the vibes. We know the vibes.
Yeah, like I'm just saying like what it is. Like growing up, I was always like the pretty mixed girl up in Compton. Like I've always had a lot of attention. I've always been very popular. My whole life, it was just always like, I have a sister. She was at my Queen of the Ring battle with me. We look like twins. She's just real light skinned. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. But yeah, like me and my sister have always, she's like a year older than me. Me and my sister have always had a lot of attention. We've always been very pretty. Like we were very smart, and we've always just had recognition. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this battle rap attention, this is nothing to me. This is like, people like, oh yeah, you're trying to get big headed. Like, bitch, I've been having attention since I was born. Like, let's keep it real. Like, if y'all really want to know, y'all can ask anybody that I went to school with, my sister, like whoever. Like, I don't have to cap about this type of shit. So the attention part of it, like, it doesn't do anything for me. You feel me? But I did notice that after the torture battle, I dressed up for that battle, got my hair done and stuff because I wanted a certain look. So I did that, and like everybody, like all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, who is this girl RX? So I can't go from that and then go back down to like, you know, the jeans and the t-shirt versus Bonnie. Bonnie dresses up for her battles. I'm not gonna let Bonnie outshine me with the outfit. Like I had to, you know, be a step up. You feel me? So that's why I did that with her. But I mean, you know, I'm not gonna dress up like that for every battle, but I'm not gonna come through like I used to because bitches wanna take that shit and run with it and think that I'm some mediocre ass bitch, and I'm not. So it is what it is.
Talk. Going back to the torture battle, this was at Watch the Throne weekend. What is the biggest thing, or what are a couple of the biggest things that you kind of took away or you've learned from that battle? Because leading up to that battle, man, that was big time as far as hype. That was one of the most hyped battles for Queen of the Ring in a long time. And you kind of ran through. You were successful with that team, you know, over there with the Rockettes as far as your battles. So what have you learned after that battle, regardless of who you felt won or lost? What have you personally learned as far as the game or your skill set after the torture battle?
Really just to, you know, tune out negativity, tune out the drama, because it was a lot of negativity and drama I felt leading up to the battle. And when I'm in like writing mode, I can't like listen to the negativity. Okay. I had to like block torture. I had to block her little friends and shit like that, like the hyenas. Like I had to block all of them. They all had to just get blocked. I was like going back and forth with them, and my people was like, you supposed to be writing right now. Like, why are you online? Like, instead of writing to these bitches, write your bars. And I was just like, my pride get in the way. I'm a very prideful person. I try to let it go. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a very prideful person. I can't just sit back and just let the chatting go on. I'm gonna sit back and not say shit. I'm going to say something. So they was just like, nah, like you need to stop and you need to write your bars. So I just let that fuel the bars. That's why with torture, like I felt like every fucking bar was like crazy versus torture, because I wrote. I just wouldn't stop writing for her because it was just like so much going on leading up to the battle, and I was just like, well, I can't lose. Like I can't let these bitches troll me like this, and I go up in there and I'm like fucking up and I lose, and then they got more of a reason to say something like, nah, like it ain't going like that. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, like, I had to just push through the negativity. And even during the battle, like, I didn't notice it because whenever I'm battling somebody, I tune out the crowd. It's just like tunnel vision on the person that I'm battling. So I don't really be noticing like shit that like the crowd be saying or whatever. And watching it back, like the people in the crowd was like saying certain shit, like even when I was rapping and like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a part of the negativity that I know I gotta push through. So once I saw that shit, looking back at it, I was like, dang, that's crazy. My next battle, I have to just make sure, like, if I hear somebody say something, don't respond to it at all. And sometimes that shit can throw you off. Like, I wasn't there for the C3 versus Rex battle, but I heard that Rex was, like, saying stuff.
QC3 off a little bit.
I don't know if he was just saying stuff in general, but, like, it threw her off. And it's like, that shit could easily happen. So, to me, I feel like the fans need to shut the fuck up while the people are rapping. Like, if we up in here rapping, like, show us respect and don't talk through our fucking rounds. I think that's like super disrespectful, but you know, it's battle rap. Things happen. You got to be prepared and you got to like expect the unexpected in a way. So, you know, just pushing through that. That's one thing that I really learned from that whole encounter.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn